Hey guys, Redneck Mini 14 here, and a lot of people wonder what's the difference between the 5.56 NATO and the 223 Remington. And today I'm going to do a video explaining that. Now, a lot of people might think that the 223 and the 5.56 are actually the same round, but that's not entirely correct. In fact, there are quite a few differences between the two rounds. So, on the left we have some American Eagle 223 AR ammo, and on the right we have some Independence AR 5.56 ammo. And I have recently started stocking up on both of these because I'm saving up for a Mini 14, which is chambered in the 5.56. Now, anything that's chambered in 5.56 can also shoot the 223. It does not, however, work the other way around, and let me explain that. So, first of all, I saw a video of a guy explaining like the dimensions and stuff and how the dimensions are different, and I can't think of what the guy's name was, but one of the first dimensions was the height, and the fact that the brass on the 5.56, I think he said it was a little bit higher, and I don't know if you can see, but I don't know, they're very similar. The brass is very similar in length, but if you put them side by side, you'll notice that the 5.56 is longer, and that's because the bullet is longer also. Like, it sticks out of the casing further. So that's one difference. Another difference is that the 5.56 has thicker case walls because of the fact that it's a more high pressure round, and it's a hotter round because the military uses it, and they typically use hotter rounds than your typical commercial grade ammo, which is what the 223 Remington is. So they put thicker case walls to keep the brass from splitting and possibly exploding in the gun. Another difference is that you can see here the 5.56 is heat treated at the end, which I think that means that makes it the brass harder at the end, which again keeps the brass from breaking when the round goes off. 223 doesn't have that because the 223 is not as hot of a round. So those are the main differences as far as the rounds go. Now, if you look at the stampings, there's also a difference in the stamping. The 5.56 has your, I guess it's military stampings, and it has a bunch of different numbers, and I'm not exactly sure what those numbers mean. Like, there's a 1, a 4 on the side, a 1 on the side, a 4 on the side, and then a 1, 3 on the bottom. And those numbers are different on all of the rounds in the box. So I guess that's just like a way of keeping track of the rounds that you put in each box. And on the 223, it says 223 Remington, or 223 REM, and both of them, however, say FC on the top. Now, I think FC is a federal thing, like federal ammunition. I know American Eagle is a branch of federal ammunition. I'm not sure about Independence though. I'm not sure who makes Independence, if they're their own company or if they're boxed by federal. I don't know. I haven't seen any independents on Federal's website, so not so sure about that. I just know that I've got some 30-30s and some 44 Magnums by Federal, and they all say FC at the top as well. So I just kind of assume that FC is a Federal ammunition stamping, but I'm not exactly sure on that. Now, going back to what I said earlier, that a gun chambered in 5.56 can shoot a .223, but it doesn't work the other way around. A couple reasons for that. One, a lot of semi-automatics, any gun chambered in 5.56 is rated for higher pressures. So your AR-15s, your Mini 14s, let's see, the Mossberg MVP, that's a 5.56 bolt action. They're all rated for higher pressure rounds. The .223 is typically going to be a bolt action, but it doesn't have to be. There are semi-automatics like AR-15s, specifically chambered for .223. They're rated for a lower pressure round than the 5.56. They're rated for the .223 Remington, and that's as far as the strength of the chamber and the action. But there is another difference where, like, in the action, when the round sits in the action on a .223, the distance between the bullet and the rifling is not a very long distance. On a 5.56, the distance between the bullet and the rifling is a considerably longer distance. For a couple of reasons, I guess. The first one being that it's a longer bullet, and then I guess the other one is because it's higher pressures, so you want a longer distance between the bullet and the thread, or the bullet and the rifling. So if you put a .223 in there, a .223 is meant to go in. If you put a 5.56 in a .223 rifle, the end of the bullet is going to hit the rifling and push the bullet further into the case. Well, I assume that's what's going to happen. Well, it could happen. Not to say that it will or will not happen. It could happen. And if that happens, you now took a already higher pressure round and increased the pressure by taking out the space between the bullet and the powder. So you just increased the pressure, causing possibly an even bigger malfunction in your gun, and your gun might blow up on you. So if you have a 5.56, it is safe to shoot .223, but if you have a .223, it is not safe to shoot 5.56. So I highly discourage you from doing that. But anyway, that's all I have for today. Subscribe to my channel, like me on Facebook. I'm Redneck Mini 14, and until next time, be safe.